Hello everyone, I hope you're well. Today we will talk about our final project. My group is composed by Miller Pineda, Daniela Romero, Michelle Joanne and me. So our final project is about the English in the age of dictionaries of Israel. I will give you a little bit introduction about it, and after that my classmates will we talk about it, right? A little bit more information. So let's start. Although no one has been able to agree, it is believable that the first dictionaries appeared in Mesopotamia around 2300, according to some sources. Cuneiform texts have been discovered that belonged to the famous library of Assurbanipal, right, and described Sumerian words, right. In a classical Greece, we can also find traces of the first dictionaries that the Greek philologist and poet Philetas made in the 4th century, compendium with the most complicated vocabulary in the work of Homer, right? In the 1st century of our era, the grammarian Apollonius wrote the American lexicon, right? In the Middle Ages, it is possible to find the first specialized glossaries on different subjects, but we owe the term dictionary to the Englishman John de Garland, who in 1220 wrote a book of help for a Latin diction, hence the term dictionary, although the Garland's work was not strictly strictly speaking of the dictionary, but an aid for the pronunciation of words of Latin origin, right? As for the English language, the first known dictionary was the Table Alphabetica, published by Robert Cowdery in 1604. And of course, we can leave aside the Spanish language, with the first dictionary of the Castilian language composed by the Royal Spanish Academy and published in 1780, the predecessor of the DRI that we use today even for online consultation, right? So this was my little introduction. My classmates will talk a little more about it. Thank you.
Now, how does a set of noises become a word? The short answer is that it gets used, but the answer may be that it doesn't involve any academic or committee or any lobbying by word advocates. A word becomes legitimated or a real word when it becomes accepted. In the dictionary department, there's a reading program to find appropriate quotations for each word. Even Webster or lexicographers read almost every possible printed medium: novels, news, newspapers, TV transcript songs, lyrics, magazines, and stuff like that, looking for words. So when they discover something new, they record with a computer in the case of a tweet or any electronic source. Each potential new entry is given to an editor. This editor tracks the words long term using a massive popularity. If the word is in print, they do it by old school way. They underline the word and bracket in its context. Moreover, once a citation for a word is created, that word has taken its first step to becoming an entry in the dictionary. In order to confirm that a word has appeared from various sources and over a period of years. The most important of all this is that they accumulate evidence of a word or meaning in their files. Some dictionaries also remove words, these words that during decades or centuries ago were many popular, may as well not exist today, even if it sounds cruel that some words are throughout. It is to say that dictionaries can be understood as a living language. So, as English changes, so do its dictionaries.
Going back to the point, in English dictionaries we can find all the secrets of this language. Not only are there meanings of words, they also show us their history, etymology, recommend use, and even if they are terms that are still used or if they are in disuse. Dictionaries help us to expand our vocabulary, correct mistakes, and learn the language better. Thanks to this, we can improve our English skills, especially writing. The early modern period was an era of a great change for the English language. According to the OED record, the number of words available to English speakers more than doubled between 5000 and 1650. Many of the new words were borrowed from Latin English or Renaissance Greek. Dictionary of hard words. But this was not a general language English dictionary. The first monolingual English dictionary were dictionaries of difficult words, which explain in many ways the strange and difficult words were introduced to English during the previous decades. This was continued after Cattery by Johnson Bullard's English Exhibitor in 1616, by Henry Cockerman English Dictionary in 1623, and Thomas Blown's Glossography in 1656. Although Edward Field's New World of English Words in 1658 dealt with hard and technical terms typically borrowed from early dictionaries, he subtitled his book A General Dictionary, and publishers so their audience began to see the value of a language, more expanded list of words. The first dictionary to take advantage of this was Elisha Cole's, whose dictionary English was published in 1676. Next, I am going to mention the 5 best English dictionaries. The first one is Next, I am going to mention the 5 best English dictionaries. The first one is in Oxford English Dictionary. It is one of the best known English dictionary. It is currently contains 301,000 main entries and it is updated every year. Its origin dates back to 1857. The second is Cambridge Dictionary. This English dictionary is the one for when you want to know or remember the meaning of a word. Like any good dictionary of this style, it provides examples of different use of words. It also had advice on grammar and pronunciation, but it is physical edition and on its website. The third is Merriam-Webster. Initially, it was guided by the idea the best language of Great Britain shall also be of the United States, so it is focused on unifying the language regardless of which side the Atlantic it will be spoken. Therefore is Collins English Dictionary. Ta-da! This dictionary is enough for being friendly with readers. It doesn't not fill its page with etymologies or history of words, so it is extremely easy to read. Last but not less important is the Chambers Dictionary. For many will be the perfect example of a heavy and boring dictionary, but it is one of the most popular dictionaries thanks to games, crossword, and Scrabble.
Hi everyone, I'm Michelle Joana Cardona and I'm going to summarize our topic. Okay, dictionary is a reference work that lists words usually in alphabetical order and gives their meanings and often other information such as pronunciations, etymologies, and variant spellings. It is said that the earliest dictionaries, such as those created by Greeks of the first century, emphasized changes that had occurred in the meanings of words over time. Also, the close proximity of languages in Europe led to the appearance from the early Middle Ages on of many bilingual and multilingual dictionaries. The initiative to produce an English dictionary was motivated by a desire for wider literacy and partly by a frustration that no regularity in spelling existed in the language. So, with this, common people could read the scripture and have a good spelling. Initially, the first early English dictionary was Robert Codrus, a table alphabetical in 1604, treating some 3,000 words. In 1746 to 47, Samuel Johnson undertook the biggest English dictionary to that time, a list of 43,500 words. In addition, Noah Webster's Dictionary of Americanisms in the early 19th century sprang from a recognition of the changes and variations within language. Then, the immense Oxford English Dictionary was begun in the late 19th century, and it was firstly edited by James Murray. He thought that finishing that work would take like 10 years, divided in 4 volumes with 6,400 pages each one of them, but actually they could only publish the words from the letter A to ANT in 5 years. It was 352 pages made of metal. So the entire first edition took 12 volumes with 15,487 pages and 414,825 words in 49 years. Although James Murray died 13 years before the first edition was finished, he is solely responsible for 7,200 pages. In addition, the newest edition has over 500,000 items, that nearly 2 millions and a half quotations. Moreover, although new words have been added to the Oxford English Dictionary, no one have been deleted. And the latest edition is across 20 volumes and it weighs 62.6 kilograms. There are 59 million words in the entire text. For instance, the longest word is pseudohypoparathyroidism, that is an illness, and the longest known technical word is flossinausinihilipilification, that it has 29 letters, that means nothing or estimating something as worthless. Sorry. Finally, nowadays there are various levels of dictionaries, being general purpose dictionaries the most common. So that's all. Thanks a lot for your attention, and until next time.